Hello everyone, my name is Dasha and this is Accepted Sheridan Animation Portfolio Review. Whew. I'm so grateful that I got a high score, and since the community was so awesome and generous and shared their portfolios, which helped me a lot previously, I really want to give something back and review my portfolio, give some tips for future applicants, because trust me guys, I know how hard it is to apply from a distance. So first things first, we are going to flip through my portfolio very quickly and get an idea about the presentation, and then I will discuss each piece. So here's the score with a list of the criteria which you should always keep in mind while you work on your portfolio. I will use mine here as a reference and as a structure for myself. So we begin with observational live drawing. These two are 20-minute poses. My friend at Sheridan suggested not to draw from the back, so I chose sitting and standing for the variety. Use anatomy, mark the structure, and I also try to emphasize on the closest lines and not those that are distant. Two action poses are around 5 minutes and honestly they are so fun to do. This year's rules for hand drawing are very strict. The first hand is preparing to throw something, and the second is throwing. After a ton of wasted paper, I chose this pose because it shows both the palm and the back of the palm, and I believe this way it's more expressive. Don't forget the structure, of course. For animation and character design, meet Chameleon Woman, rotation of my beloved character. Here we have front view, 3/4 inch front, profile, and 3/4 inch back. Three of them are turned in one direction. The history of her design is that I chose Chameleon as a reference just for fun, and that's why she has giant glasses and a massive jaw, weird bun, and her handbag is sort of spiral tail. And I suggest limiting unnecessary details and shapes in your design. Just keep it simple and play with the proportions, because realistic looking characters are not as fun for animation, I guess. Action poses had strict rules. First, seeing litter on the floor. Second, picking up the litter. Third, tossing it right into a garbage can, where it belongs. I like doing this, but it was pretty hard to keep it expressive and correct, and I tried to make her character shine in every pose. Expression sheet is my favorite. Here we have neutral, embarrassed, and tasting something sour. I tried different angles to make it more interesting. And we met another character, but this time he's not mine. He was provided by Sheridan, and I had a choice between an animal and a human, so I chose human and named him Roger. You have an abstract narrative and basically need to make up an object for your character to interact with, and a story that overall should be entertaining and funny. I did my line art traditionally and then just shaded the most important elements digitally. Remember to keep your character consistent and similar to the original concept. Household objects section. The task was to draw a still life and then draw the same objects after an earthquake, but we had geometric forms to follow: sphere, cube, cylinder and cone. You don't have to be super specific, because you might choose frustum of a cone or flattened cube, for example. Like here I chose a tea box. Personally, drawing damaged stuff is much more easy and entertaining for me, and I really tried to break each object and show an exaggerated transformation after an earthquake. 2 room line drawings of a kitchen. First, just an observational drawing of a room. Second, fantasy version of the same room. I did draw my actual real kitchen and turned it into a fairy tree hollow. I was a super fan of Disney fairies comics as a kid, and it was a massive inspiration, and I loved the book by Gail Carson Levine with marvelous watercolor illustration. Look it up, it's amazing. And yes, the book is called Fairy Dust and the Quest for the Egg. Kinda ridiculous. So yeah, I just tried to replace every usual kitchen object for fantasy stuff, like pistachio lamps, candy wraps instead of posters, and coins instead of stools, and so on. I really like this task. And drum roll, finally we have personal artwork. I broke it down to sections so it doesn't look like a mishmash of works. You have 4 pages for your personal stuff, so I recommend making a collage of your drawings for each individual category. First, I had animal drawings left from the zoo because in previous year Sheridan had an animal drawing section, and during summer 2016 I visited the zoo for 2 days. And if you happen to be in Siberia, I know, so believable, but yeah, just dropping a word for Novosibirsk Zoo, it's amazing and I recommend it 100%. Second section was character design for my project. The next page is concepts for the same project, and it's a mix of medias. We have watercolor, ink, digital and oil. Another section was life portraits I did, and it's red chalk and charcoal. And at last we have my oil paintings. It was hard to choose, but here we have a part of a model painting, a still life and a plein air study. Thank you everyone, I hope you like this video review and it will help someone in the future. I have to say thank you to my awesome friend at Sheridan, Uriya, that helped me understand the requirements, and I left her art Instagram below. Of course, thank you to my family and to my art teachers in life. My Instagram is Beyond the Pine 6, so you can come and see what future holds for me. Yes, it's rhyme. Bye guys.